Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up, we got some nice news that came out with Turbo. Once again, this is pretty much one of the only meme coins that can consistently produce new news pretty much like every 2 days, right? It's usually slows down a little bit on the weekend, but I mean, like, let's be honest, everyone is relaxing and stuff on the weekend. But during the week, I mean, it's like every other day is just something. It is just something. I mean, like, and this is like one of those tokens, guys, that they already have done so much. Like, things you can do, it's been like 90, 95% done. They're just doing all the side missions at the moment, right? Another partnership has been formed, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is what we like to see. Any type of partnership is going to be a win, whether it's small, medium, or big. This is how you put your name out there, right? You branch to, other narratives, to other places. You do what you have to do. You take your small wins, you take your medium wins, you take your big wins, and you just compound on that. And, you know, it is why I am so excited for this token. And I cannot wait for this to start recovering, right? In terms of price and everything. I'm not worried about Turbo's price or anything like that. Literally every single coin that has shot down a lot over the last few weeks. There are only a few exceptions that maybe held a decent ground, but usually there's proper context behind those coins. Random cut, but this is something I want to discuss very quickly, so pay attention, right? I'm on the market cap for Turbo. We can see we are 290 million market cap, right? We can see the structure, generally speaking, right, has been going in waves and it has been very, very beautiful. Now let's compare this to three other coins. First coin I'm going to compare is to Peanut. We can see Peanut peaked, at 2.45 billion, right? So it has a higher peak than Turbo, but we can see, right, although, in terms of quick money, yes, you could have made a lot of it, but I mean, look at this thing. Look at this structure. There are no signs of reversals. It might start reversing at roughly, 70 to 100 million market cap, but this coin has a lot of problems. It does not have the innovation Turbo has. And for me, this has way less upside than something like Turbo. Okay. So we can see it's just been a dying hill. All right. It's just downwards and downwards and downwards. And there's no signs yet of reversals. Chill Guy, right? Chill Guy hit, 700, pretty much 800 million. If we go to something like Turbo, right? Turbo hit a little bit higher, but something very similar, right? Very, very quick pump, right? So if you got in the beginning, very nice money. But after that, you can just see this thing has been going lower and lower and lower. And it's at 36 million market cap. And this thing probably won't even start reversing until it hits maybe 10 to 20 million market cap. And I don't think this is going to have another big life or big leg in it where you're going to be able to make a lot of money. Usually, coins that have this type of pump do not recover, right? Do not recover. Mudang, right? Mudang also hit, pretty impressive numbers similar to Turbo, but this thing is down to 77 million market cap. So I'm giving you guys comparisons because Turbo is great. Turbo is holding, okay? Turbo is holding its price, right? I understand, yes, we have dipped a good amount, and I understand probably a good amount of you bought somewhere in these zones, but you have to understand in terms of, putting into perspective, you could have been in a way crappier boat, right? You could have been in a way crappier boat. Have some faith in this coin, right? Have some faith in this coin. You can go watch all my other previous Turbo videos or go on, their Twitter. There is so many reasons why you should have faith in this coin and why I believe it'll rebound. So this is me from the future. I forgot to talk about this, but I think this is very, very important for perspective. But even great utility coins, great AI coins, real world asset, right? They have gone down a lot. Like let's go something to like XRP. When we go to something like even XRP, a big coin, pretty much to put in simple terms, a bank coin, it has dropped pretty much 47%, right? Upwards of 50%. A big coin like this, ladies and gentlemen, has dumped this much. So, I get it, right? I get it. These turbo dumps are not obviously the most ideal, especially people that bought from the top. But you got to realize, even though one coin dropped, 47, let's just say 50%, right? One dropped 70%. That 20 to 23% difference, it is a decent amount. But you got to remember, XRP has so much more money in it, right? It has so much more money in it that it's not going to drop as heavy. Not only that, it has so much more utility and big boys behind it, and it still drops so much. And something like, Turbo, yeah, sure, it dropped more, right? It dropped more, even though, its peaks have, happened a little bit earlier. So if we want to be more fair and realistic, we actually would have, taken price from somewhere like here, which still would have ended up being like a lot. But, you know, the point is, right? XRP dropped a ton. And of course, a meme coin is going to drop more, but it's the same thing in return, right? You are most likely going to get more gains off a meme coin than you will off of XRP. So it's a double-edged sword. So that is just the way it works. So people are, they're scared about turbo prices, but you have to realize if all the big coins, all the big altcoins are dropping heavily in price, this is not a turbo issue. It has not been a turbo issue. This is simply the market cycling, okay? And that's just the reality, right? That is just the reality. It's not, obviously we don't really want to be in a situation. I wish we can kind of just consistently go up like this, right? I wish we can just, go like this, maybe a little bit down sideways, kind of like this. But it's just not realistic, right? Although I do think we are going to get something like this over the next coming weeks and months. I genuinely believe, right, that this is it for all the coins, including Turbo. That this is going to be the start of the reversal, the start of the official altcoin season, right? I truly do believe we will recover very, very nicely, even when we look at it from a weekly candle point or a monthly candle point. We have so much imbalance, and like I said, imbalance is pretty much something where there's not a lot of support and resistance. So I believe we'll actually be recovering back to 0.0073 area very, very quickly, even a little bit higher, right? Up to here before we go down a little bit and before we start going up again. Just because there's so much imbalance, I'm even going to take leverage trades, right? I'm going to be buying into leverage trades. You know, based off these candles, I could potentially see Turbo go back down to roughly this area for a final time. And that is where I would be looking to take a trade. So, if you like the idea of this, if you're a leverage trader, something like this or a little bit safer like this, right? We could do something like this, back up to here, 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 right? I believe there's so much opportunity right now. If this was a normal Forex trade or gold, I'd be literally looking for this. So, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Turbo from its side in terms of fundamentals consistently does update, or updates, I should say. I am personally going to be buying the book, right, to support them. We always do a reading session. We might do a live stream, like a reading session or something. But we'll see how things go, right? I know people are concerned, but there's no need, ladies and gentlemen. There is no need, right? Like I said, I expect Bitcoin dominance to be going up, but I also expect Bitcoin to be going up. So it's not going to bleed out the markets as bad as it did, when Bitcoin dumped and the dominance spiked, right? So we'll see how things work out. I believe I'm super optimistic. I'm super happy. I personally got in at very low prices, re-entered at very low prices. So we'll see how things go over the next coming weeks. In terms of the world news, crypto is super bullish. America is super bullish on crypto. And you know what? Things are looking good. And I believe our time will come and we will be victorious at the end of the day. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.